One.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Hari Srinivasan from the PBS NewsHour. You're watching a Facebook live stream of a march that's happening in Washington, D.C. This started out as a protest at the White House, and now it's turned into a march to the Capitol. You can see the Capitol in front of me. We're just going to try and get a few opinions from people who are here today and why they are. So right next to us is Kim. Kim, why are you marching today?
I'm here because I've been touched by yet another murder in the streets of an innocent black man.
Yeah, no, it's live. There's no over.
Well,
so listen,
today,
there have been a lot of murders. Why now? What provoked you?
I see a lot of.
But what provoked you to get out here today?
A black on black crime, and that is a myth. There's no such thing as black on black crime. There's white on white crime. There's Latino on Latino crime, because victims of violence are usually victims of violence from someone that they know, or someone that they live around, or someone that they work around. So black on black violence is a myth. And it's used to deter us from the focus, which is black people are being hunted and killed, and there's a war on black people.
What was the thing that made you want to come out here and do this today?
What I witnessed, that young man being shot in Minnesota in front of his child, while his girlfriend be treated like a criminal when he was doing what he was asked to do. He was compliant. Yeah. He wasn't a criminal. He didn't have he had a license to carry his weapon, and he was still murdered.
Kim, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey, but I live in D.C.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 38.
And what's your day job?
I'm a legal secretary.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to us, Kim. You can see several hundred, probably a couple of thousand people now have showed up at this protest. It's walking down Pennsylvania.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
There's a lot of different types of folks. There are people carrying Black Lives Matters banners. There's people specifically carrying posters referencing Alton Sterling, the individual in Baton Rouge, and Philando Castile, the video that got famous last night thanks to Facebook Live. Hold on, let me see if this guy with the megaphone. All right. Hey, so your name?
Hi, I'm Rob James. I'm the organizer of this event. I'm struggling with pneumonia. As you can see, it's hot out here.
Yeah.
I don't feel well, but I made a commitment to these people, and I made a commitment to this movement. As long as there's air in my lungs, I will be here to fight.
So why this march tonight? What was the tipping point?
The tipping point were the two most recent murders. They were the straw that broke the camel's back. The one in Baton Rouge, and then the other in Minnesota, I think it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm heavily medicated right now.
Right. So, what do you think at the end of the day? Let's say you make it to the Capitol. What happens? What change do you hope to see?
We want to see accountability from our legislators. We're tired of marching and not having anything done. This is only the beginning. This is step one. I have developed or devised or put together a group of advisors who are going to come up with a strategic plan along with me to figure out our next steps. Essentially, at the end of the day, what we want action, and we don't want it next week. We don't want it next month. We want it now.
You know, look, the Washington Post has been tracking this for the last couple of years. They even said today it's up 6%, the number of people that have been killed by in instances of police violence. The statistics are still 2.5 times as many blacks as whites. How do you change something that deep? What's your plan to figure out how police departments can change? Or
I'm putting together a very broad group, all folks with great bandwidth, great reach.
Yeah.
We've got legal officials, we've got folks who do policy, we've got community organizers, and I'm putting together a team who's going to develop a plan that's going to be effective, and we're going to activate and mobilize now.
Is there a website where people can find more information about what you're working on?
I just came up with this morning, so we're sort of building it as we fly.
Are you surprised then, considering you came up with this morning?
Completely surprised. I was expecting that this would be me and about 200 or 300 friends. Clearly, you can see there's many more people here than that.
And did you guys get permits to do the march, or is it?
I was in the process of getting them, but honestly, I thought it was more important to have this done and capitalize off of the immediate urgency of it.
Yeah.
We did not get the permits, but as you can see, it hasn't been a problem so far.
Right. And what's the thing that, you know, there are people in other parts of the country whose only exposure to this is one social media video after another. What do you want to say to them What is the systemic problem, and what do you hope is a systemic solution?
Well, I think personally, as a person with a background in ministry, I think the problem is sin. And I think it's ignorance. And I think until we can properly diagnose it, we will never be able to fix it. We need to deal with people's hearts and souls. That's the only way this is going to ever change.
That's a big job, man.
Hey, well, I'm here to do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Get well.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So, Facebook Livers, as you can see, we stopped for an interview and we've been left in the dust, but we did get a chance to talk to the organizer, who seemed, as he said, unwell because he's got pneumonia. It's hot and humid. That's why we're sweating here. Sikan Akpan is holding the camera for us. It's a pretty nice night, other than the incredible heat, and there are several hundred, if not a couple of thousand people that have joined this march. It wasn't supposed to necessarily be a march. As the organizer said, he really just put this together this morning, and here we are in the evening. It turned out to be several hundred people at the White House. They decided to start marching to the Capitol. Before I catch my flight back to New York, I decided to stop by, and so this is about it. So in the meantime, I will leave you, if there is more to be done, Sikan Akpan and Kenya Downs, who are here for the news hour as well, just to see what's going on. You can also follow our social feeds on Twitter, on Facebook, but Facebook Live. Thank you. Have a good night.